Hey, welcome back to Rad Rufus Adventures. I'm in Rad Rufus right now. The next thing we're going to talk about are the two control panels inside, okay? There's one right outside of the restroom area, and there's also one right at the bottom of the stairs for the door entry. All right, let's get to it. All right, here we are back at the main control panel. As you can see, I am right next to the restroom. To my right, 55-inch TV to the left. Okay, let's go through this panel. Top left to bottom right. All right, here are some gauges that we have right here. Right now it's telling my generator is on. Okay, if I go down here to generator, this is how I turn the generator on and off. Down to turn it off, up to turn it on. And here's my hours as well that are on the generator. The top is an FLT, so flight, I call it flight, but it is for your hot water heater, okay? The light is off right now. Another video I'll show you how to actually get and turn this on, but that'll be another video. Okay, then we have our kind of gauges right here, all right? Your tank and your battery gauges. These little 4 LED lights will light up as I go through and test my various systems here. So, starting from the left, LPG, so that's your propane. Okay, right now, my propane tank is full, so all my lights are lighting up. Battery, fully charged. Your battery bank for the coach is fully charged. Freshwater tank, that's about 2/3 full. Black tank, black is your waste, so your ones and your number twos. Okay, that right now is empty. Gray is your sinks and your showers. That right now is empty. Okay. Top left button, that's our water heater. Okay, our water heater. In a different video, I'm going to show you how to use the water heater. Okay, right? Here's our water pump. Our water pump. So, if I need pressurized water coming out of my sinks or also my toilet, when I flush the toilet, I need to turn this water heater button on. Let me see how it kind of lit up real quick. I'll turn the lights off. See how it's lit? That means the water tank, the water pump is on and it's off. Turn it back on real quick and I'll show you what happens. So if I come in here to the sink, that tank is on. I do have fresh water in the tank. Sorry for the dirtiness of this, but you can see I got pressurized water. Also, when using the restroom, I do have a little bit of a flush here. So if I push down, you can see the water coming out. Okay? And I like to have a little bit of water sitting in there while I'm driving. Okay? Now, couple key tips on this water pump. You always want water kind of in the pump. Okay? So what does that mean? If I'm not hooked up to the city water, or I'm not at a stop, right? And I have the tanks, the fresh tank, I have it, we'll call it 2/3, right? It's full right now. That's good. That means I'll have water going through that pump. If my freshwater tank is empty and I'm not hooked up to an actual site, and I have this on, when I start using that pump's going to be drawing actual air and not water. And we know what happens when pumps, that are meant to draw water through and don't have any water, they burn up and they go bad. So keep that in mind. If I'm going to use the water pump, which I might as I'm driving down the road and I'm using the bathroom or the restroom or something like that, or I'm boondocking a little bit for the night, and I do have this on, ensure that you have fresh water in the tank. If you don't, you should not use the water pump, because you will burn up that pump, you will have issues, and you won't have actual water. Okay? Cool. Generator we talked about. A couple key tips with a generator. All right. When it's off, here, we'll just turn it off. Look, I'm going to kick it off real quick. Boom. All right. You can hear it spooling down right now. Generator's off. All right. One quick way to know if I have generator power, I don't have a standby light here on the TV. So that light's not red. That means I'm not getting any AC power. So right now, all these lights that you see, that's all DC. That's going off of your coach battery bank and dropping that and draining that. All right. AC power, TV, refrigerator. If I'm using it on, if I'm actually using it on power and not propane. Okay, so if I want to kick this generator back on, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to hold the button up. I'm going to hold it up, and I'm waiting for that light. See, that light came on. The hours right here registered. Now I'm going to let it go. Okay, you kind of got to hold it just a little bit for it to actually come on. All right, and now if I go over here, boom, there's that standby light. I got AC power coming in. There's another AC power driven one. Fireplace, heater fireplace. Oh man, that thing pushes some heat too. I love it. All right, and then I got my Arctic pack. Don't worry about that. That's more for me when I'm storing the RV in the wintertime. Okay, last two items on this are my room slide outs. Okay, the way I think about this is front, forward. So I don't know, front, forward, bottom, B, bottom, back. So this slide out is on the bottom. That means it's going to be controlled for my backslide back here where the king size bed is. Okay, and then forward, front, that's going to be this wall slide right here. All right, so a couple key points for these. One at a time. You either have to have the generator on for that power or the actual coach, so the actual engine. If the engine's on, you'll get enough power for the slide outs and you'll be just fine. If you are hooked up to power, 50 amp power, shore power, that'll help you out and get your slides fully out and fully in. Okay? And I think that's about it for this panel right here. Any other questions with it, you just give me a holler. All right. We are at the doorway entrance, and we have, I guess we'll call them two minor panels, two smaller panels. This top panel, in another video we talked about, that's the cab over bunk, okay, to raise and lower that, and then also electrically cut it off for a safety feature. This bottom panel right here, so from left to right, we have our battery disconnect. So if I were to, not be hooked up to shore power, and I'm kind of like, maybe I'm saying I'm boondocking or something like that, and the generator's kicked off, I'm actually going to kick this off. So down to off, down to off. That way it'll save my coach battery, okay, my coach batteries. And that's just your disconnect battery switch. Right here's for your awning, okay, in and out, like we talked about in another video for awning. Always make sure you know which way you're going, if you're going out or in, okay? Because the motor will just keep on running, and you don't want to have the awning flipped upside down. It could damage the awning. Entrance step. Okay, so this will cut off or power the motorized steps. Right now, they're actually cut off, okay? So what that means is, if I were to open this door, like so, it's dark out here, okay? Those steps are still out. All right. Now, I'll show you. The door will stay open. Now, if I come up to this panel, all right, and I kick that motor on, if I were to shut even the screen door, the steps will go away. And they'll tuck right underneath the coach there. Okay. Why I would want to cut this off, get the door up, there you go. If I cut this off, is because, boom, now that motor's cut off, is because when I'm walking in and out and I'm at my campsite, I don't want these stairs to keep cycling on me. We know what happens when we cycle motors too many times. I mean, there's eventually a point where that motor will give way. Little dirty stairs there. Okay, now for your awareness, even if that switch is cut off right now, when I start the actual engine of the coach, these stairs will automatically come up. That's a safety feature. Okay, so they won't actually be sitting down like that when you're driving. They will come up. I do check it myself just because, hey, it's always good to be on the cautious side, right? And then this last button right here is for the LED lights for my awning. Boom. Okay? And that is the panel right there. Thanks all.